Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
All right, I'm just getting ready. I'm just putting my my chair fall apart.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I'm sorry. I didn't intend to be this unprofessional. I feel like Thomas the first time you were on Rushmore, except I'm not plastered. You have a really
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I like your beard.
Thanks, man. I've worked a long time with that beard. That might be my single greatest accomplishment in life.
Okay. That's why you're a stand-up comedian, because so from what I've heard, I've actually not heard any of your stand-up stuff. I intended to, but
Okay.
I'm a parent. Life happens. You know what I mean? Oh, hang on, my co-host just he came in. Um so yeah, I've not heard any of your stand-up. I guess we might. Was that you singing in the background, by the way, before I start getting into this, since he's coming in?
Yeah, I was singing to my dog.
Singing to your dog, huh?
Singing Love Fool.
Oh, okay.
Well, what's up, guys?
What's up, John?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
John, Steve. I'm Steve. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, I've not seen any of your stand-up, and from what I've heard about you on podcast is that you use stories as your bits, right?
Right. I'm what they call a storyteller comic, I guess.
And dude, Tyler, Texas, what the fuck, man? That shit is crazy. Like you legit melted into the floor and woke up on a ski boat in Tyler, Texas, on Salvia.
Yeah, and lived every minute of 8 years, to the point where I thought that that I really was from Tyler by the end of it. I got fully bought into the simulation.
I took Salvia once, and that's exactly how I felt. Like I thought it was small. It was like I thought I went to 7-Eleven. I swore I went to 7-Eleven, but I really just passed out and hit my head. That's all I really did.
Yeah.
It was so like I know I went to the store. I know I did.
Yeah. Salvia is fucking. It's the one psychedelic that I tried and never tried again.
Yeah, it's too much. It's seriously like fucking crazy. It's weird.
Yeah. It just sort of ruined my life, you know.
Ruined. Because I believe you were married at the time. You smoked, right?
I was a married Mormon preacher living in Alaska in witness protection, essentially.
In a house that you built.
Walked into that gun room in a house that I built myself in Alaska. And that's, no mean feat, but and it was this crazy, weird experience. There was all kinds of things on the Salvia trip. They really seemed unreal. A few of the things, like that, I was Mormon, a Mormon preacher, and I lived in Alaska, and I had a whole bunch of kids, and I'd come to Alaska in witness protection. And my wife was friends with Sarah Palin, who at the time of the Salvia trip was at the crescendo of the Sarah Palin fury. I mean, Tina Fey was playing her on SNL.
So this was like
when I had this Salvia trip. So
07?
When I would tell people in Tyler all of this stuff, they would be like, "Oh, well, you're clearly fucking obviously you're brain damaged. Like, don't you hear yourself? Don't you hear what you're saying? This wife of yours that doesn't exist in Alaska does not know Sarah Palin, and we've known you our whole fucking lives, and I'm sorry to tell you that you got brain damage on a water skiing trip." So that just enough people tell you that 24/7, and you think that it's true, really.
But what blows my
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
mind is, okay, so you live 8 years and then just melt back into the ground at a cookout, I believe, right? You're going to get some chicken or something, melt into the
I'm
park
walking across
floor.
the park with some Kentucky Fried Chicken, and just melt through the grass of the park and fall. Have the short sensation of falling, and then come out on the floor of the gun room, kind of the same little way that I came out on the deck of the boat. Just kind of the world is spinning, and I come out, and it's spinning around me, and slowly I feel myself lock into that spinning sensation, and then I'm spinning with the world, and then I'm back. So, and total elapsed time 45 seconds in the real world on Christmas morning. So it was just like I went from thinking that I'd imagined my family and grieving them not just as dead, but as never having existed. And suddenly I'm back in this crazy world that I had been laughing about with my friends.
8 years.
It's
8
real.
years. That's half a, not half a lifetime, but a fucking decade, pretty much, man. That's like, I couldn't imagine. God, my internet's fucked
Wow.
up right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the only time that I smoked salvia, I became a couch. I mean, I sat there on the couch and I was like, I am this couch. People will sit on me.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Ari Shafir smoked it and lived in an underwater
I
world.
just kept falling back. Like I just kept like falling back. And then apparently I fell all the way, and that's when I was kind of out. But like I said, I swore I went to the 7-Eleven and we were talking to the cashier, and the same people that were with me, they were with me at that 7-Eleven. It was the weirdest thing when I came through. I was sweaty, I was exhausted. It was fucking, it wasn't more than fucking, I don't know, 45 seconds or a minute or something. I was just
I remember my trip
really.
now. Have y'all seen Apocalypto? A Mel Gibson movie?
Yeah,
No,
I've seen it, but I saw it like way back when I was like,
Yeah, well, okay, so we had just watched that, and so I hit the salvia, and that movie has subtitles throughout. And I am the couch. I see my friends bartering for a marker, and I see subtitles, and I almost got into a fist fight with my buddy because I was like, dude, were y'all speaking in subtitles? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I swear to fucking God, y'all were speaking in subtitles. And I got so mad I had to leave. Like, that's...
It's crazy. Salvia, and the bonkers thing about salvia trips is they take you into another world. Like, nothing supernatural probably happened on your trip to 7-Eleven. It was just a regular trip to 7-Eleven. So it fucks with you because there's nothing to market as a psychedelic experience. There's no Jaguars. There's no, you don't have a spirit shaman or a regular fuck Tuesday, and you're just going to 7-Eleven. And
like, I feel weird. I feel creeped out. I feel like, I don't experience this again at all.
Sorry, I was freaking out. My internet's being weird today.
It was fun. It was fun. I was young, and it was.
Have you done it since?
I've thought about it.
Have you done it since?
No. No. I've only done it that once, and I never.
Here's the problem. It takes an enormous amount of perceived time, even if it's not real. It takes an enormous amount of perceived time. Who's got fucking? I hear stories about people going for 30 years, every day of 30 years. Who's got that kind of fucking time to go live a whole human lifetime, essentially, or might get stuck as a tree in a park? Who's got that kind? It's like being in solitary confinement for 30 years, and you really feel the effects.
I could be remembering wrong, but I think when I smoked it too, it was legal, and then shortly afterwards, it wasn't legal. And
I thought it was still legal.
I mean, you can still buy snake.
I don't think it is. I think certain, like, I don't know.
It's state by state. I think there's like 13 states. People fucking, people send me shit all the time because I'm salvia guy. So it's legal in like 13 states. And but you can still, in all 50 states, you can still go buy a sage plant at Home Depot and just smoke that fucking shit. You know, it's just that's all it is sage.
What is
So-
that?
I did not know
tea?
that.
Like ayahuasca or something like
What's
that? The psychedelic tea, or it's like a seed or something. Ayahuasca.
Frozen.
Yeah, go tell your wife to turn off the Xbox, Steven.
Pause the damn game.
Wait.
Yeah. Also, kind of recently, I did a lot of acid, and that was quite the trip, and it was a lot of fun. But that was like a 16-hour expedition.
I've never done acid just because it lasts so fucking long. I'm phobic of things that last a long time because salvia
Oh yeah.
really fucked me. So I don't want to have that feeling of I'm on a trip and I'm like, what the fuck is this going to get? You know, I mean, mushrooms is a big commitment for me, 5 hours, but you know, 16 hours. People get exhausted of the visions after 16 hours.
You can't go to sleep if you want to.
just
You know, you can't really.
can't turn your head off, and that sounds like a kind of hell to me.
Yeah.
But
I do apologize. My dog is whining his ass off. I got short hair pointer.
short hair porno, is that what he said?
That's what it sounded like. Is my internet really that bad right now? Like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you.
So,
You freak
what I want to
sometimes,
know.
but it's not.
I live in the country in West Texas. It's windy. It's dirty. It's never been this bad. And honestly, I'm fucking nervous as hell for some reason. You're an intimidating guy. I think it's the bald head. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, so what I want to know is how tall are you?
5'5",
Oh, you're a little guy, huh?
maybe
You're a
5'4",
little guy
5'4",
too.
5'5", something like.
No, I am 5'8",
I'm-
5'9" on a good day.
I'm
Okay.
6'6".
But you're
Yeah.
giant. You will.
Yeah, I am very little compared to Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
6'6".
Packed.
But see what if I remember?
I
Yeah,
would
well-
not guess that. I would have guessed much taller.
See,
What are
so
you saying, Steven?
Yeah, these are bad
you've
connection.
you've taken other psychedelics then, correct?
Yes, I've taken a fuck ton of mushrooms and DMT.
Did you do DMT
I've taken-
correctly? Because I hear you don't just hit it; you have to hit it like 3 times, and then you
Yeah.
blast
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, I did it correctly.
Okay, I didn't do it correctly the first.
I did not blast off. My brother did it, and it got abducted by aliens right in front of my eyes. You know, right out of the pool house. And I did it the same way as him, and I flirted with the geometric world, but I never like broke through to the point where I was talking to anything. But he can't even really describe to me his experience. So, but I want that. I want to get abducted by aliens.
I mean, I'm surprised that
That's-
you haven't yet. Honestly,
I'm chasing it. I mean, God, I wish that I could see a UFO. I'm obsessed with UFOs, have always been my whole life. And the fact that the Navy's released these videos about these giant pyramids that they have flying around over shit that's a mile on each side flying over the deck of these aircraft carriers. And then videos of them all over the world. And our own government is telling us that it's genuine and that they in June are going to release a bunch more videos of these triangle things that are everywhere. I don't see shit. I go out and I look into the sky and I want to the best thing that I can get to an experience is to try to reach them on a sort of on a psychedelic level.
Yeah.
You know, and I think DMT is the
Aliens, they're not going to come from space. They're all around us already.
they're in other dimensions.
dimensional,
Yeah,
yeah.
you see a glimpse of that when
Yeah.
you're on mushrooms. You can kind of see.
You just have to unlock it.
Yep.
And they're just
Yeah.
watching us right now. There's a few in this room more than likely watch
See,
watch
look,
me.
Good.
check it out. So my
Good.
wife
Keep
is
sharp eye.
Yeah.
My wife is really obsessed with
I believe in all that shit, man. I believe. Well, here's what I believe. What's that, Steven?
I was saying my wife is really obsessed with like paranormal shit.
Here's what I believe. And my beliefs constantly shift and evolve because I'm always wrong. You know, so what I'm about.
Yeah,
You
that's
got
what it
abducted
sounds
by
like.
aliens.
Damn. Speaking of the
They're beaming
devil,
them up right
huh?
now. Sounds like they're being good to you,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
take your
Hang on.
pants off.
Don't
Y'all,
tense
y'all,
up when you
y'all
fuck
gotta
them.
give me 2 seconds, man. I'll be right back. Let me.
Hey. Okay, so yeah, aliens from space, are they really just humans from from the future, so far in the future? And that's what aliens are. And
I have no idea. I think there's a decent chance that none of this is real and that none of this, including the aliens, is happening. And the alien part is just part of a goddamn game that we're playing somewhere. And that
this is all a simulation.
It's all simulation. Even the Bigfoot, even the fucking Loch Ness monster, even witchcraft. It's just all it's just in there just to make this the most awesome fucking sim ever. It's the everything game.
Yeah.
Everything's possible. Oh, you don't believe in vampires? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I
You know
wish.
what I'm saying?
That'd be nice. But then, I mean, I don't know. I don't think our brains can compute. Our brains aren't at the level. Like if we were to see these aliens, like our brains couldn't compute it. They couldn't. And it's hard to describe because there's nothing in this planet into which our eyes couldn't see and be like, oh, well, that's this or this. You know, that's a dog. That's that's a fire hydrant. That's a TV. But these whatever's out there, we can't even describe it with our eyes.
Yeah, and some things you gotta use a bigger organ to see it. You gotta use your brain.
And I was on a big Joe Rogan kick for a while, and that's what got me wanting to do this podcast. And my favorite episodes are all like the Alex Jones one where they're all fucking crazy. And anything with aliens. I forget George Knapp, I believe, is he's the one that worked with Bob Lazar to make a movie. Bob Lazar's the one person.
Yeah. I love those fucking movies. Those are great. I love the Skinwalker Ranch movie that they did. I love the movie about Bob.
They talked a lot about that.
See that? That's a good.
I heard it was all made up though, the Skinwalker events.
No.
On the ranch. It was all fabricated.
No. They'd say that's probably the best documented case of that kind of thing that there ever was, because Bob Bigelow went out there and put like millions of dollars worth of, like he got top physicists and top scientists to come out there, and they put sensors and video, all kinds of cameras and shit, and then had people out there for years.
Where can I watch that?
Yeah, they caught a lot of. They didn't catch as crazy as shit as you can see on those naval destroyers on video, but they caught some crazy fucking shit. A building would appear out of nowhere on the horizon, a giant building on video camera. You can totally fucking see it, and then it goes away.
Is it on Amazon? What is it on? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
I'll take a look.
But it's you can find it. I think it's Hunt for the Skinwalker or some shit like that. But there's a lot of really there's a TV series that because they're still out there. A different guy bought that ranch from Bigelow, and Bigelow sold it to him under the terms that he would still continue to put X number of dollars into research, and the guy bought it to do UFO research. But it's the stuff that they see is different than just UFOs. It's everything. It's just like, they'll see a hole open up in the sky about 6 feet above the ground, and like this giant ape-looking thing will jump out of it, and then the hole will close, and that thing will run off into the mountains. And you're like, hey, that UFOs? I don't know what that is. Is that
shadow? I gotta check this out. I definitely gotta check it out.
Yeah, there's some shit. And like they had these 4 giant bulls, that they had for breeding purposes out there. Bulls so dangerous they had to keep them in different pastures because they would fuck each other up. And the rancher mentions to his wife, well, I hope nothing, because something had been coming and killing their cattle at night. And
I remember this part, I think.
And so they were like, they said out loud, well, I hope nothing happens to those bulls because we probably couldn't handle the financial disaster if those bulls got if something came and killed those bulls. So they drive to the other side of the ranch and come back. They're gone for no more than 40 minutes. They get out and all 4 bulls are gone from their corrals. There's been no cars down there. You can see cars coming from miles in every direction. They look around. The pastures are all still locked. They go into a locked trailer, just this livestock trailer that was chained shut, and it's still chained shut. But they look inside there, and all 4 bulls are standing, just motionless, in this trailer, and not making a sound, and nothing.
Wait,
no
are you
human-
saying bulls or bowls? Like bowls?
Bulls.
Okay,
Bulls.
okay.
Also, I heard too. They didn't they like all those cows that were being killed. They sent off the carcasses for autopsies, and like the knife wounds didn't really match anything that like made sense to like human tools or anything. Like it was a weird cut on all the skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of them were done by, it seems like something hot, like a laser, because
Yeah.
it cauterized the wound as the incision was made, and it's just surgical perfection. You can see they have photos and videos of it everywhere, and it's just surgical precision the way these things are butchered. All the meat is gone, and they're laid out in almost a ritualistic fashion, like displayed on the ground. No blood anywhere at the scene. And it happens in the amount of time that it takes to turn your back. So that there's a calf behind you. You put a tag in its mother's ear. You turn around, the calf is gone. Nobody can find the calf. And then you see the calf's body like 100 yards on the other side of the pasture, all laid out and perfectly butchered. Nothing would do that. Nothing. It's just bizarre. And I don't know what that is.
Aliens.
What do aliens want with veal?
So what I was gonna say earlier,
I don't know.
is my internet still fucking up, man?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're coming better.
Okay, so my wife is really into the paranormal. Like she's always outside filming shit. She's got these fucking night vision goggles, all sorts of shit, right? And she keeps showing me these pictures or videos of what she says is ghosts. Like we have a tree house, and like they're up there, they're like by the car, by this tree, by our pool, whatever. And ironically, I watched this BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah.
God damn it. There it goes again. Wait, can you also hear me?
All right.
No,
Yeah.
it's my internet, man. God damn it. My life.
Yeah, pay that bill, bro.
No, I pay the bill. I live in the country, and of course, it's going to be the one time that we have a fucking famous guest. Like, god damn it. So
what do these ghosts look like?
okay, they look like Men in Black. Ironically, I watched a BuzzFeed Unsolved show on Hulu, and the episode that I saw that night that she showed me the first picture was about Men in Black.
Show us, dude. Do you have pictures?
No, I don't have the pictures. I have to go get her phone, and it's gonna fuck up the internet even more. But I'll send them to you for sure, and I'll post them. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about the internet right now, man.
Don't let that freak you out. Don't let that get in your head. Just get past
But
it.
anyways, so like it's not Tommy Lee Jones. It's not fucking Will Smith or anything like that. They look like you without beards. They're bald. They're pale. They're tall like me. They're just built fucking alien looking dudes in
Next to the
suits.
truck?
Huh?
Just standing outside your house?
Where?
Like at least a yard away from the house at all times. Not in the house, not by the house, but because it was just fate, I guess. When she showed me the first picture, I had seen that episode of fucking BuzzFeed of all things, man, and I'm like, dude, that's not a ghost. Because I watch ghost videos all the time. Nuke's Top 5, fucking slapped hand. Wait
a minute. Let me ask you some questions. So it's taken in night vision, you say?
No. The first picture I saw was just on her iPhone.
And what does it look like? Describe it.
Guy, suit,
It
bald.
looks like okay.
Alien.
Let me try to.
Can you see
Oh,
through
dude.
him? Why does she think it's a ghost?
Are we
Because she
saying
doesn't
ghost?
believe in aliens. Ghost.
Ghost.
But
Doesn't believe in aliens.
but
too much.
what made her think it was a ghost and not just a
Yeah.
bald dude?
Could be the neighborhood perv
Because I mean,
in your window.
I mean, yeah, it could. But I live in the country. I have 2 neighbors that live 2 miles away from me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a picture, and then I don't know. You say he's there all the time.
No, not all the time.
You know what,
man.
dude?
She's
Go
out
get
there
the
all
fucking
the time.
picture. Fuck the internet.
God damn it.
We need the picture.
Go get it right now.
Okay. God. Okay. Give me a
We
second.
need it.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen? Your internet's already
Yeah, what's the worst thing that can
in the
happen?
bed. You might as well go. You might as well go give it. I mean, if you're gonna sit through shitty internet, we might as well get a ghost picture. At the
We
end, right?
So we used to have a story when growing up talking about paranormal stuff. This one isn't paranormal as much as just goofy as fuck that scared little kids.
Yeah.
And his name was Clubfoot.
Okay.
This is the story of the chef that was mad, and he accidentally cut off half his foot. And then he mixed it up. He put it like in a freezer. He mixed it up. He accidentally ate it, and then he got the taste for human flesh. He mixed it up with like a pork chop or something. I don't know.
I got you.
And then he got the taste for human flesh. I don't forget how he eats
As
it.
you do.
And then he was always the thing that scared me as a kid, like when I was 5.
Parents told you cannibal stories.
Yeah, and he was just a chef that he had half a foot.
Cannibal chef. So your parents would be like, "You better get to bed, otherwise Clubfoot's gonna get you."
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, and like in the stories, you hear they go outside and they see the footprints, and it's a foot and a half a foot. Like it's just I don't know. It's just one of those. If you're talking ghost stories, it's not really a ghost story, but it's one of those scary stories we tell with like a light, flashlight on our face when we were kids.
Foot and a half, or
Yeah.
18 inches.
Yeah. So you have a podcast, right? No, you don't have a podcast. You're just I'm sorry,
Yep. I just
I'm
do
not,
other people's podcasts. I'm a comic, and I do podcasts. I'm going to be starting a podcast, but I have not done it yet.
Oh, right on.
It's been working out good so far, just doing other people's podcasts, just drumming up people that like the stories.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm new to podcasting. I'm a local musician, so I've done a few like guest ones, and then we started doing this one. I do like to talk, but I'm also kind of busy, and like right now I'm brain dead, so I'm not like all here. I'm just had such a long day at work, and
I got you.
yeah, but I guess it's just life.
Yeah.
Just work and sleep. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Yep. So you a fan of any type of music? What do you like to listen to?
So I fall down just rabbit holes of shit, and I'll obsess over a band for a little while. Like today, I've been obsessing about this specific Pink Floyd concert that they held in Pompeii. That was this amazing live performance, and I bet I've listened to that concert 6 times today, just over and over again.
Cool. So here's a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite live performance from any band? What is your favorite recorded album live performance?
Live performance, I would say it's that performance in Pompeii, just because it's stage production. It's just like, I don't know who the fuck designed that lighting with the lasers that go off in every direction and the smoke and the torches around this 2,000-year-old amphitheater. But that was there's fucking something about that. There's just set and setting, plus that fucking music, and how he plays. He's such a fucking musical genius that it's note perfect. All of his solos are just like note fucking perfect. And he's just a great guitarist. I don't know. It's just great.
Well, yeah.
Second best, I would say, was probably Queen at the Live Aid. That's probably
Classic rock guy.
Oh yeah, I worked at a class. I worked for years at a classic rock radio station, so I was. That's pretty much my shit.
It's kind of what I grew up on. I grew up on a lot of '90s pop too.
Yep.
Grunge was kind of big, but I wasn't as. I mean, I was young when grunge was big, and I wasn't much into it. But I like Matchbox 20, Counting Crows, and then a lot of classic rock, AC/DC, Pink Floyd.
You know, yeah, I like all that.
Yeah, and then recently, probably the past about 15 years, I've been into heavy metal mostly. What I mostly listen to, but I listen to pretty much everything. I love bluegrass. Love it. Love ska. Love hip hop. I love everything.
Live performances. I love everything. Cake. Presidents.
Do you play any instruments?
I play out of a ukulele.
Cool.
That weirdly, here's an interesting tidbit about the ukulele thing. So I did not play the ukulele before I went on my salvia trip. I went on my salvia trip, and I don't know if you've heard the salvia trip or listened to those podcasts, but got dropped off in my apartment in Tyler, an apartment that I didn't ever remember being in, but there was a ukulele on the couch in this apartment that was mine. And so I just picked up the ukulele, and I had never played the ukulele before. And I immediately knew how to play the ukulele. You know, I had that finger memory that you get when you play an instrument, and my fingers just knew what to do. I still do not know what any of the chords are, but I'm a good ukulele player, and I have no memory of learning how to do it. So I still, when I first started doing comedy, I did funny little ukulele songs. And that was my shtick. And even now, every Thursday, I try to go to a music open mic and just work on just keeping the chops up as far as performing and singing and playing the ukulele. So, yeah, I play the fuck out of a ukulele.
That's awesome.
Did you get some ghost pictures?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Running out of time.
Look, your internet's better.
Okay, that's good that it's better. So fucking Zoom hates me, even though I paid for it. It says that we're gonna get cut off in 10 minutes, but I'm gonna send another invite link. She's sending me pictures. This is going so bad for me right now. I'm so sorry. God damn it.
I've got a hard out at 8:00 because I have a show.
Ooh,
okay. Well,
that's all right.
John, we can meet back up and talk with your brother.
We talked about drugs. We talked about aliens.
It was a good episode. Hang on. I'll send you the pictures once I get them. But y'all were talking about some alien that cut up cows or whatever with lasers.
Yeah.
Skinwalker
Ranch.
That's how they cut them up.
Oh, that's what it is.
It was the Sith, dude. Yeah.
What do you geek out on, Steve? Do you have any fandoms you have? Star Wars, Marvel, football? I don't know. Anything?
No, I don't. I do love Star Wars. It's a rich part of my childhood. It's hard to explain how much Star Wars changed everybody's life in 1977 because it was like the day before we all saw Star Wars. I was 9 when Star Wars came out. And so you literally went from playing war with toy guns when you play with your friends to the next day, everything is fucking Star Wars. It's lightsabers and going wah, wah, wah when you hit each other with the sticks and you know, just so Star Wars changed my goddamn life. And so that's just woven into the tapestry of probably who I fucking am as a person. I don't love the more recent shit. It never really captured my imagination to the point where I ever went to any of the Comic-Cons and got collected signatures and stuff like that. And there's really nothing that I like that about. I never got into comic books, never got into trading
Okay.
cards.
Comedian. Yeah, what are some of your favorite? Do you geek out on comedians or comedy or stand up or anything like that? Do you have any favorites? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I like all of the great comics. Chappelle and Rogan. Chappelle's probably the best comic I've ever shared a stage with. Jay Larson.
You shared a stage with Dave Chappelle.
So interesting story, and it was accidental. I was hosting. I just got asked by the owner of this mic, this well-established, well-known mic, on a Monday night, and it was just, she asked if I would host it that week, and I was hosting it, and there was fucking nobody there. And it's a long ass show. It's maybe 3 hours, but the thing's been going on forever. So all comedians really know about it. And it was at the end of the show, and she comes up to me. There's like literally 2 people on stage, and the guy that's on stage when she tells me this is the last comic, and it's his first time ever doing stand-up comedy. So he wants to know. He wants to know what comedy is like. So I'm just saying, this is what it's like. And then so she comes up and she tells me, after this comic gets off, get up and just fill for a few minutes because Chappelle's going to come up and do some time. And I'm like, fuck you. Dave Chappelle's not coming to this upstairs of a bar in Montrose, So she doesn't say anything. She just leaves. And so I think, well, maybe she is fine. So I go and I look downstairs, and she's standing out there talking to Dave Chappelle. And so I'm like, fuck, Dave Chappelle's really here. So I get up on stage after this, I light the comic. He gets off, and as he's getting off, I say, don't go anywhere. Sit on the front row. Chappelle's going to do a few minutes. And he's like, fuck you. And I'm like, and then I get up and I do a few minutes, and I say to nobody, look, to this comic and some chairs, I say, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle fucking walks up and shakes my hand when he comes on stage, and I say, I've opened for Dave Chappelle. And he just takes the microphone and he just talks to me and that brand new comic for, it was just us for a long time, like 30, 45 minutes. And he wouldn't let anybody take out their phone. And just slowly people started to filter into this bar at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he does 2-3 hours at this place. And by the end of it, it's a mob scene. The bar is completely full. The street outside is a mob scene. The owner of the bar is like standing on chairs begging people to leave, because they want to close up. But it's just like, it's just a mob scene of just the magic that is Dave Chappelle, that he could just walk into a place nowhere with nothing going on, not let anybody even take their phone out, and just by the psychic vibrations of that, enough people will show up that it almost turns into a block party in the middle of the night. And then another time,
that is awesome.
A few months later, I was at a festival here in Houston, and he showed up with Kanye West and a bunch of other rappers and shit like that. Just showed up at the festival, did 2 hours, hung out, ate brisket with everybody, had the band get up and he sang Fuji songs, and then at the end, when everybody was leaving, when they were walking him out, he asked if he could have one more beer. And while the bartender went to get the beer, he got up onto an empty stage, went in an empty room, and did like another hour and a half.
That's awesome.
It's kind of weird, ain't it? Or no?
That's an obsession. That's somebody who loves what they're doing. Yeah. That's somebody who never gets enough of it. And that's why he's the greatest. He's the Mark Twain of our generation.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Because of that.
I gotta ask,
sure.
Steve. So,
yeah,
can you give us one of your bits? God damn the internet.
No, because here's the thing about comedy, and I try to keep things off of the internet the best I can, Because the funny thing about comedy is it's only funny one time. And so if I give you a bit,
Damn. I wish my brother was here to hear that.
Yeah.
Because he'll keep on with the same old joke. And we're like, dude, it's not funny. It's not funny no more. It's
Even
not
if-
funny.
even
Drop
if-
it.
Funny joke is only funny the first time, and that's the cruel thing about stand-up comedy is you have to essentially throw your act away all the time because if you're going to be, if you get up onto the same stage with the same people and tell the same acts to them, you're going to get a terrible response the second time. So you have to constantly be writing new shit. And
then you have to worry about-
and we call that burning a bit. So if I burn a bit, what's that?
I was saying you have to worry about telling somebody else's joke by saying something you like.
No, not necessarily telling somebody else's joke, but if I tell a joke on here, then this gets spread to people that like Steve Cantwell, and then they hear that joke, and then if they come and see me do a show someplace, and I tell that joke as my closer because that's my big funny bit, it's not funny to them because they already heard it on your show. So
luckily,
that's
no one watches this show. So
Hey, we get at least 7 listeners a week, so
hey,
you
that's more than I thought. Yeah. No, I'm playing.
post this on Reddit, post this to Crab Feast fan pages, and you might be surprised.
Yeah, well,
what
hell.
happens.
I blame myself. I'm really
funny
bad at
this-
promoting, dude. I'm so fucking. I tried to learn how to do Twitter, and the best tweet I had was on a scale of 1 to 10. How bad is it that I got drunk the other night and looked up how to be Jewish so I could do comedy? That's fucked up. Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, I got to get ready for my show.
All right, man. You say you got a show tonight or what?
Yeah, I got a show.
Well, fucking knock 'em dead, right?
All right, thanks, guys. It's
Dude,
a pleasure.
Dude,
Thank you.
really, thank you for showing up, and I'm so sorry for my internet, man. Like, God, this has been a shit show on my end. I'm fucking so embarrassed. Thank you for being here, though.
Don't get down on yourself. You know,
Hey.
it's
It
no easy thing to be on the cutting edge of technology as far as being able to put together a show where we're essentially in 3 parts of the country.
Look,
But-
if I could get down on myself, I wouldn't be married.
Send me those pictures, dude. Send
Yeah,
me those.
no. I will for sure, dude. Good luck
Right now.
tonight.
What's that?
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Kill them.
All right.
All right,
See you
we'll
guys.
see you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, John. God, that was so bad for me.
Are we gonna keep talking?
I mean, we can. I was thinking about having your brother come on. He said 8. It's almost 8. My wife said I could go on till 9. I'm thinking about cutting it right now, and then I can put it in 2 parts and then going and restarting my internet. So I'm not going to be fucking cut off a lot. And then we can talk for like 30 minutes or so.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
You
Well,
said
I'm
you're
going to
gonna
end
start.
this. Yeah.
All right,
End this real
laters.
quick, and I'll send y'all another invite link. Tell your brother to get his shit together.
I'm gonna squeeze one out.
Okay, I feel you on that.